Good morning, and welcome to Future Forward, where today we delve into a profoundly contemporary issue. Is it ethical to use AI for creating deepfake entertainment? This technology, capable of generating hyper-realistic audio and video, presents both exciting creative possibilities and significant ethical quandaries. Joining us to explore this complex topic are Dr. Evelyn Hayes, a proponent of AI's creative applications, and Mr. Samuel Green, who raises critical concerns about its potential misuse. We anticipate a robust discussion. Dr. Hayes, perhaps you could begin by outlining your perspective.
Thank you, Alex. Good morning. Deepfake entertainment, at its core, involves using artificial intelligence to create or manipulate audiovisual content, often by superimposing existing images and videos onto source images or videos. From a creative standpoint, the potential is truly remarkable. Imagine bringing historical figures to life for educational documentaries with unparalleled realism, or allowing filmmakers to de-age actors seamlessly, or even resurrecting beloved performers for posthumous appearances, provided appropriate consents are in place. It can also be a powerful tool for satire, enabling creators to comment on current events in novel ways, or for visual effects artists to achieve feats previously unimaginable or prohibitively expensive, thereby democratizing high-quality content creation. However, the ethical use of this technology must be anchored by three fundamental pillars: explicit and informed consent from any individuals depicted, particularly when their likeness is used; unwavering transparency, ensuring audiences are aware they are viewing synthetic media; and clear accountability for creators and distributors. While I acknowledge potential downsides, such as the risk of misuse for malicious purposes, I believe these are not insurmountable obstacles, but rather challenges that can be managed through robust ethical guidelines, technological safeguards, and responsible innovation. The focus should be on harnessing the benefits while proactively mitigating the risks, rather than outright dismissal of a technology with such transformative artistic potential.
Good morning, Alex. Dr. Hayes. While Dr. Hayes paints an optimistic picture, I believe the inherent risks associated with deepfake technology, especially in entertainment, are far more insidious and difficult to control than she suggests. My primary concern lies with the undeniable potential for this technology to be weaponized for creating highly convincing misinformation and disinformation, which can have devastating consequences for individuals and societal trust at large. We're talking about the ability to fabricate events, create false narratives, and irreparably damage reputations with a few clicks. The ease with which malicious actors could exploit this for political manipulation, fraud, or personal vendettas is deeply alarming. Furthermore, the widespread use of deepfakes in entertainment blurs the lines between reality and fabrication, potentially eroding our collective ability to discern truth from fiction. This has a significant impact on authenticity. Consider also the performers themselves. There's a real danger of exploitation, where an actor's likeness could be used without fair compensation or in ways they never agreed to, effectively creating digital puppets. This isn't just about new roles. It's about the ownership of one's own image and performance. The argument that we can simply regulate this or rely on detection tools seems naive, given the speed at which AI technology evolves. By the time a safeguard is in place, more sophisticated deepfakes will have emerged, making effective oversight a constant, perhaps losing, battle.
Dr. Hayes, you champion the creative avenues, but Mr. Green raises valid points about misinformation and consent. How can we genuinely pursue these artistic benefits without amplifying those very real risks?
That's a critical question, Alex. The pursuit of creative benefits cannot come at the cost of ethical integrity. Firstly, we need the development and enforcement of strong legal and ethical frameworks, specifically tailored to AI-generated media. These frameworks must unequivocally prioritize informed consent, not just a checkbox in terms and conditions, but a genuine, ongoing dialogue with individuals whose likenesses are used. Secondly, technology itself can offer solutions. This includes developing robust watermarking techniques that are difficult to remove, utilizing blockchain for verifying authenticity and tracking provenance of media, and clear, universally understood labeling systems so audiences are never deceived about the nature of the content they are consuming. Crucially, we must also invest heavily in media literacy education for the public, empowering individuals to critically evaluate the media they encounter. And for creators, there must be clear contractual agreements that detail the scope of use, duration, and compensation, ensuring fairness and preventing exploitation. It's a multifaceted approach.
Mr. Green, your skepticism is clear, but are there any entertainment applications, perhaps historical reenactments with full consent, or creating entirely fictional characters, that you might find ethically acceptable under the most stringent conditions?
Alex, I can acknowledge hypothetical scenarios where, under perfect conditions with unequivocal consent and absolute transparency, certain limited applications like historical reenactments or purely fictional creations might seem less immediately harmful. However, my profound concern is the, quote, slippery slope and the practical impossibility of enforcing such stringent conditions universally and consistently. The moment the technology becomes widely accessible for entertainment, the controls begin to erode. What starts as a carefully managed historical project could pave the way for more ambiguous uses. Who defines stringent enough? And who polices it globally, across different jurisdictions with varying legal standards and enforcement capacities? While the idea of using it for purely fictional characters not based on real people seems benign on the surface, the underlying technology is the same. Its development and normalization, even for seemingly innocuous purposes, still contribute to its overall sophistication and potential for misuse in other, more damaging contexts. I remain deeply skeptical that effective safeguards can truly keep pace or prevent unintended consequences.
An interesting divergence. So looking forward, how can regulations realistically keep pace with this rapidly evolving AI technology and deepfakes for entertainment, without unduly stifling legitimate artistic expression?
Regulation in this dynamic field needs to be agile and principle-based, rather than overly prescriptive with specific technical rules that quickly become outdated. We should focus on outcomes, preventing harm, ensuring transparency, upholding consent. Multi-stakeholder collaboration involving industry, academia, government, and civil society is essential to develop these adaptive frameworks. Experimental sandboxes could allow for innovation under regulatory supervision, and international cooperation is vital to address the global nature of this technology.
I advocate for a more cautious approach, perhaps even considering moratoria on certain high-risk applications until we have a better grasp of the societal implications. Platforms distributing deepfake content must bear significant liability. Furthermore, the burden of proof should be on creators to demonstrate their use as ethical and non-deceptive, rather than on victims to prove harm after the fact. The question of whether artistic expression should cover acts that are inherently deceptive or potentially harmful needs very careful consideration.
In recapping my position, Alex, it's crucial to reiterate that deepfake technology, like many powerful innovations before it, presents a duality: immense creative potential, alongside risks that demand our serious attention. My argument is not to ignore these risks, but to confront them with intelligence, foresight, and a commitment to ethical principles. The ability to craft compelling narratives, to bring history to life, to offer new avenues for artistic expression, and even to create more inclusive forms of entertainment by allowing diverse representations are benefits we should not casually discard. Think of the educational possibilities, the immersive experiences, the sheer artistic freedom that can be unlocked when this technology is wielded responsibly. The cornerstones of this responsible use, as I've emphasized, are unwavering consent, absolute transparency with audiences, and robust accountability for those who create and disseminate deepfake content. These are not mere suggestions. They must be non-negotiable foundations upon which the future of this technology in entertainment is built. Mr. Green's concerns about misuse are valid, but the solution is not a blanket rejection or stifling moratoria that could halt progress in beneficial areas. Instead, we need proactive and adaptive governance, a combination of agile legal frameworks, industry self-regulation, the development of sophisticated detection and watermarking tools, and a significant societal investment in media literacy. This isn't about choosing between innovation and safety. It's about finding the pathway to achieve both. It requires a nuanced conversation, ongoing research, and a collaborative effort from all stakeholders. We must navigate these complex waters with care, establishing clear ethical guidelines and best practices that allow creativity to flourish while safeguarding against harm. Let us foster an environment where deepfake technology can be a force for good in entertainment, enriching our cultural landscape rather than diminishing trust. The path forward is one of careful navigation and constructive engagement, not outright fear or prohibition. It's about building the necessary guardrails, not roadblocks.
Thank you, Alex. As we conclude, I must underscore the profound and, I believe, often underestimated dangers that deepfake technology poses, particularly within the pervasive and influential realm of entertainment. The potential for misinformation, the erosion of public trust, and the exploitation of individuals are not abstract threats. They are tangible and imminent. Dr. Hayes speaks of consent and transparency, and while these are laudable goals, the practical reality of enforcing them in a rapidly evolving, globalized digital landscape is extraordinarily challenging. How do we ensure genuine, informed consent when likenesses can be captured and manipulated with such ease? How do we guarantee transparency when the very purpose of some deepfakes is to deceive, and detection technologies are constantly playing catch-up with more sophisticated generation techniques? The speed of technological advancement in this domain far outpaces our ability to legislate, regulate, or even fully comprehend the long-term societal consequences. We are dealing with a tool that can convincingly fabricate reality, and its normalization in entertainment serves to desensitize the public to its presence, making it harder to identify malicious uses when they inevitably occur outside the controlled environment of a film set or a satirical sketch. The argument for artistic expression can be a seductive one, but we must ask ourselves, at what cost? When does artistic expression cross the line into harmful deception, or the non-consensual appropriation of identity? The potential for reputational ruin, for emotional distress, for the undermining of democratic processes through sophisticated propaganda masquerading as entertainment, is simply too high a price to pay for novel forms of amusement. Therefore, I maintain that the current state of deepfake technology, coupled with our nascent understanding of its full impact and our limited capacity for effective oversight, makes its widespread adoption in entertainment ethically untenable at this juncture. A far greater degree of caution is warranted. Prioritizing the protection of individuals and societal integrity over the pursuit of new entertainment frontiers must be our guiding principle until such time as truly robust, verifiable, and universally applicable safeguards can be guaranteed, a prospect I currently view with considerable skepticism.
Thank you both, Dr. Hayes and Mr. Green, for a truly insightful and thought-provoking discussion on such a pertinent contemporary issue. Your distinct perspectives have clearly illuminated the complexities we face with AI-driven deepfake technology in entertainment. We've heard compelling arguments for its creative potential, underscored by calls for robust ethical frameworks centering on consent and transparency. Conversely, we've also been presented with stark warnings about the inherent risks of misinformation, the erosion of trust, and the challenges of effective regulation in a fast-evolving landscape. The core tension, it seems, lies in balancing the allure of innovation and artistic freedom against the imperative to prevent harm and deception in our increasingly digital world. We hope this discussion has provided our audience with ample food for thought